class. Look at the headgear. That is definitely Matthews underneath.
Yeah, apparently that's some sort of martial art thing. He's into martial arts too, and he likes to sort of come in. He can see, we can see him, but he can see us. But look at the size of the guy.
Yeah.
He weighs 11 stone 6. I'm sure now he weighs over 12 stone. Absolutely massive he is for the weight, and that in itself can be a problem for any of the guys he's got to fight.
Quite a contrast with the Hungarian opponent tonight, Lóránt Szabó, vastly experienced amateur, not so much experience in the professional ranks, but he's campaigned as light welterweight and mainly as a light middleweight. Now, I hate to say the word Hungarian to you because you tripped up a year ago or so against a relatively unknown Hungarian opponent, didn't you?
Andreas Gelfi, that's right, defending the WBC international title. I was winning the fight, and then from out of the blue, boom, caught with a right hand, and it was game over. So yeah, I mean, like you say, he campaigned most of his fights at light welterweight, but you know, there's 20 pounds difference now, and you just have to keep very careful on, because, like we pointed out earlier on, Jason Matthews may be a little bit vulnerable.
And Matthews is in no position right now to make a slip. At ringside, another very interested spectator tonight, Ryan Rhodes, who failed in a bid to win the WBO world title before Christmas. Maybe he sees himself getting into this picture along with Catley and Matthews. Commentary team tonight, Glenn McCrory and Ian Dark. First, our Master of Ceremonies, Mike Goodall.
Ladies and gentlemen, promoted by Frank Warren for Sports Network, Championship Boxing tonight comes from Grundy Park Leisure Centre at Cheshunt. And we welcome viewers live and exclusive on Sky Sports. The officials this evening are all appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, and we now welcome to the ring the challenger for tonight's title. Please welcome from Hungary, Lóránt Szabó.
So this is the man who aims to dethrone Jason Matthews and put a dent in his world title aspirations. A former Olympian, 31 years of age, he only turned pro when he was 29. Lóránt Szabó. He's basically a light middleweight, but as an amateur, he won a bronze medal at the European Championships in 1989. He was a quarter-finalist at the 1989 World Championships. So that's fair pedigree, but is he out of his league in the weight stakes, I wonder here, Glenn?
Well, you would think certainly that's going to make a very big difference. He is very big, very strong and heavy-handed, Matthews. So you would think that if Szabó starts getting hit with big punches, he would go. Has been stopped a couple of times himself and has campaigned mainly at welterweight. So, and a few at light middle, but he's not a big guy.
Very boyish looking. Jason Matthews waiting to come into the ring with his strange garb, about which more in a moment.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, the WBO Intercontinental Middleweight Champion, Jason Matthews.
Topping a bill tonight. Now, you wonder, as we all do, about this strange black veil he wears over his face to the ring. Underneath it, he says, he's meditating. But it is decidedly weird, is it not, Glenn?
Well, it certainly looks weird. He says he's very comfortable with it. It is part, as I said, a martial arts thing. I don't know anything about it. He tried to explain it to me, something about the 36 chambers. But I think it's to do with meditation. And he thinks this is the most difficult part for him, coming to the ring, where he's got to try and get tunnel vision. And he says that whatever it is that he wears over his head, that helps him. That helps him just focus in and meditate and get his mind on his job.
Well, he may not win the fashion stakes, Jason Matthews, but he has proved himself a decent fighter. 16 fights, 16 wins, 14 by knockout. Exciting style as well, hits hard, occasionally looks a little open and vulnerable himself, but with the help of Frank Warren as promoter, he's already as high as number 3 in the WBO rankings. Taylor the tape for this junior title bout, intercontinental title at stakes tonight. Szabó, 4 years older at 31. Slight height and reach advantages for Jason Matthews, the East Londoner. And Szabó only 11 stone 2 1/4 pounds. Matthews the full-blown middleweight with some power too. Szabó will need to be plenty durable, you feel here. Same number of fights, well, there's one in it, isn't there? A few more rounds boxed by Szabó. Much better knockout percentage at the bottom there for Jason Matthews. Rules here, mandatory 8, no standing 8, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight, and the bell will not save a fighter in any round. The veil is off now, the meditation is over. And this middleweight, who regards Marvin Hagler, the great world champion, as his real hero, is going back to work again tonight.
And ladies and gentlemen, the officials appointed for this contest by the WBO Intercontinental Championship Committee, the supervisor, Mr. John Morris, General Secretary of the British Boxing Board of Control, the steward in charge this evening, Mr. Leonard Nipper-Reid, QPM, President of the British Boxing Board of Control, the timekeeper, Mr. Ray Rice of London, and the judges at ringside, Mr. Roy Francis of London, Mr. John Keane of Northampton, and Mr. Paul Thomas from Derby, and the referee in charge of the action this evening from Tottenham in London, one of Britain's leading star referees, Mr. Dave Paris. Ladies and gentlemen, exclusive on Sky Sports, live from Grundy Park Leisure Centre in Cheshunt, it's big fight time. Frank Warren for Sports Network proudly presents Championship Boxing and a contest of 12 3-minute rounds to decide the WBO Intercontinental Middleweight Championship. Between introducing the boxers, and firstly fighting out of the red corner, coming from Hungary and wearing the blue trunks, he weighed in at 11 stone 2 1/4 pounds. He has a 15-fight professional record, 11 wins, 6 wins by way of KO with 4 losses, and comes to the ring as the Hungarian champion. Please welcome to Cheshunt, Lóránt Szabó. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the red trunks trimmed with black, coming from Hackney and weighing in at 11 stone 5 3/4 pounds. He's undefeated as a professional in 16 contests. 16 wins, 14 by way of that big KO. He's a former ABA champion and the current Intercontinental Middleweight champion, making the 3rd defence of his title this evening, Jason, the Method Man, Matthews. The referee, Mr. Dave Paris, and I give the instructions to both boxers.
Dave Paris, the referee from Tottenham. I said he's a Hagler fan. He watches the Hagler fight almost every day, Jason Matthews. He's that keen about it. How good, we wonder, is Szabó? Obviously well schooled, but this fellow does hit, and they have some pretty big plans for him. Frank Warren's always rated him very highly. The so-called method man from Hackney then, Jason Matthews in the red trunks, the Hungarian, Lóránt Szabó. What does he have to offer? Matthews has built up this unbeaten record so far without absolutely convincing everybody. There's plenty of people who said he made pretty hard work of that Darren Dorrington fight last time and looked vulnerable once or twice. What did you think, Glenn?
Yes, he did in that particular fight, but that was a big night on a big bill, and I think it maybe got to him a little bit. I think he's still very much in the learning stage. And he's good. He can punch very hard. There's still a little bit for him to do.
Szabó with 11 wins out of 15 and 4 defeats. Even in his own weight division, only 6 by knockout. A right hand, he threw for weight of Matthews early on. And that is a sign there that he may not be able to take the power of the full-blown middleweight. Down from a right hand straight away, Szabó.
There's a good punch from Matthews over the top. He's got Szabó in trouble here, Ian.
Szabó having to ship a lot of punishment here. And Matthews will pour in the punches now and look for an impressive quick finish.
Was trying to keep his hands up and avoid most of the punches. Matthews just hasn't managed to land cleanly with another hard one, but he's trying hard now.
He's getting through with some ominously heavy-looking shots, Matthews. And Szabó surely cannot afford to keep on taking these. Doesn't look good for the Hungarian early on here. He's recovered from the knockdown pretty well. Matthews looking for that right hand again. He's spotted a gap. And Szabó gets through the round, and at times you wondered whether he would.